Good morning, all of you. We are going to have an interesting workshop today about coding, which arguably is one of the most important skills for current as well as your future endeavors, children, because this will help you to gain problem solving skills, that is to solve a problem in a logical as well as a creative way. Today, it is a key component of our curriculums, even in primary schools. So this is the main reason for the workshop. I hope you will benefit from today's workshop. If you have any queries, you can ask in question answer section in the end. So listen carefully, children. Now, I request respected Java ma'am to welcome the guest speaker, Mr. Akshat Srivastava, and our wonderful children.
Thank you, Zara ma'am. Morning to one and all present here.
Excuse me, Java ma'am, you are muted.
Okay, sorry for that. So, okay. On behalf of classes 3 to 8, I thank Akshat Srivastava for giving his precious time. And Akshat is a third-year BTech student at BMS Bangalore, completed schooling from St. Francis College, Lucknow, and is a former IT director at Youth India Foundation. He is currently working as technical lead at Coding Crypt. 30 Days of Google Cloud winner, open source contributions in Hacktoberfest and Sanskrit India. He is a technical writer at 5+ publication sites. And today he is going to take few topics which will be helpful to you all children. So please concentrate to whatever he is telling. He'll be dealing with topics to be taken, that is basic problem solving and basics of web development. Thank you so much. Over to Akshat.
So yeah, very good morning to all, and thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. And I would also like to thank Principal ma'am, all the teachers present, and the coordinators for inviting me today to conduct this talk. And I feel highly privileged
Akshat
to be
sir,
here.
excuse me, Akshat sir,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
please be a little louder?
Okay, ma'am. Now it is fine, ma'am.
The voice is very slow,
Ma'am, now
very
it is,
soft, sir.
ma'am, now it is fine.
It's better, Akshat.
It's better.
Okay, ma'am. So, yeah, so very good morning to all, and thank you, ma'am, for the warm welcome. And I would also like to thank Principal ma'am, all the teachers present, and the coordinators for inviting me today to conduct this talk. And I feel highly privileged to be here. So, ma'am, with your permission, can I start presenting my screen? Hello.
Mr. Akshat, you already have the permission.
Okay, ma'am. So I'll start sharing the screen. Yeah, is my screen visible to all, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before getting on to the slides, I would like to show you this a small clip on coding, which will give you insights of what coding is. Okay. So let's start with this uh, short clip to get what coding is actually.
Sir, we can't hear the audio.
Here, 1 second.
The audio is still missing. We are not able to hear the audio.
Sorry, ma'am.
We can't hear the audio, sir.
Oh, 1 second, ma'am. Ma'am, now it is fine, ma'am.
No, sir.
Sir, the audio of the video is not coming. Sir, kindly unshare your video and just share it again with the. So you have to unshare the unshare it for screen, then share it again, and please take the sharing sound.
Welcome to Learning Mall. I am very excited as I have started to learn to code. I was telling James all about it and he asked, "What is coding?" Now, this was a very good question and the very same thing that I had asked Mum yesterday before we started. My mum told me coding is a term for computer programming. It is how you give a computer an instruction. I have also discovered that there are different coding languages. Programmers use one or more computer programming languages to give these instructions to computers. For example, programmers working at Google might use C++, Java, JavaScript, or Python. Video game programmers at Nintendo might use C++, Java, C#, JavaScript, or SQL. Some coding languages even use visual blocks, such as Blockly. Actually, I have started using visual blocks to help me build a Minecraft mod. There are many languages in the world today, but the same concept and conventions are shared by nearly all of them. What is even more exciting is that I also got a new computer so that I can code as much as I like. But did you know that you can also code on iPads and even on mobile phones? What I have also discovered is that there are different styles or methods of coding: visual block and text-based coding. Now I had to do some research on these as I was not really sure what they meant at the beginning, but now I do. I am starting with visual block platforms. As you can see on my computer screen, visual block platforms allow you to place and snap together virtual code blocks and create games, apps, and more. They are a really good place to start. They are designed to be fun and easy, but they are also designed to be tools that you outgrow. Text-based coding. Text-based coding programs generally use real programming languages either within a closed platform or real text editors. These are more difficult to use, but when I become more advanced, I will start to learn these. I hope you enjoy learning with me. See you soon.
So with this, I hope that you got some insights of what coding is. And now I'll present my presentation over here. So you'll get the complete gist of the thing. Okay, yeah, let me start with my presentation. Okay, so everyone can see my screen. Please, anyone can confirm me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, so today, welcome to Computer Coding Workshop, and let's dive deep into the world of computers. Okay, so let's start. So what will be the agenda for today's talk will be introduction to coding, problem solving using programming, web development basic, and after all, conclusion. Okay, so what is programming? So the programming is a way to instruct the computer to perform various tasks. Okay, so what does instruct the computer means? So this basically means that you provide the computer a set of instructions that are written in a language that the computer can understand. Okay, so if I ask you to give me the addition of 10 and 20, so you will hear my voice and you said that, okay, so 10 plus 20 will be like 30. You processed that thing inside your brain and you are now ready with the answer that is 30. So now you have to output that answer. So like for outputting that answer, you will output with your mouth like the answer will be 30. So it took 3 steps like input, processing and output. Same computer does. Okay, so computer takes input from the user, process it, and then gives the output. So on whole, it is this in nutshell, programming is based on these 3 steps: inputting, processing, and outputting that particular thing. Okay, so there are many types of programming languages that are mainly used in industries. So this programming language, which you can see, this is the logo of Java programming language. So this Java programming language is used to build many things. Like it is used for problem solving. It is used to make apps. It is used to even people use Java to for machine learning as well. This is the symbol of Python. Okay, so this is another programming language. So a computer can't understand our English language. Okay, so we will not ask computer that to please give me the answer when I will add 10 and 20. No, computer will not understand. So you have to give inputs in the language which computer can understand. Okay, so this is the programming. This is the logo of Python programming language. It is the by far the most what you can say advanced programming language. Okay, so this programming language basically used in machine learning. So this is the very complex topic. I'll brief you about this at the end. So this is the next programming language, which is Ruby. So this programming language is basically used to do the backend work of the website. So what is backend? So you all have seen that contact us form in many websites. Like you can enter your name, email ID, password, and all, and it will get processed at the backend of the website. Okay, so this language is used to do the backend stuff. This is again a most common programming language and the most basic of all, which is C. So it is used basically for problem solving purposes. And this is the programming language which is C++. So you can say Java and C++ are more like similar because they both use the same concept of object-oriented programming. So it's again a vast topic. So I'll not go deep into it. So, but I will tell you that these programming languages by far the most used languages for problem solving. And this is the programming language which is JavaScript. Okay, so what the JavaScript does is it gives
like it provides nervous system to the website. Okay, so like website will talk to you, like the interactive part is done with the help of this programming language, which is JavaScript. And this is not a programming language. This is actually a markup language which is used for web development. So in today's topic, we'll discuss these three, like Java for problem solving. We will be using Java for problem solving. Okay. And for web development, when I demonstrate the hands-on with the web development, I will show you this JavaScript and HTML. Okay. So what is problem solving? Okay. So problem solving is the process of identifying a problem, developing an algorithm for the identified problem, and finally implementing the algorithm to develop a computer program. Okay. So identifying a problem means like I asked you to give me the addition of 10 and 20. Okay. So you identified that problem that you have to add those two numbers. Okay. So that is identifying the problem. Developing an algorithm for the identified problem basically means that you are processing that thing. Okay, like I asked you 10 plus 20. So you process that inside your brain, like what will be the answer? Like 0 plus 0 will be 0, 2 plus 1 will be 3. Okay, so now answer will be 30. And finally implementing that algorithm to the develop a computer program. So algorithm basically means that you are coding computer's brain. Okay, so coding computer brain, what does that mean? So you'll take inputs from the user, you'll process that, you output that thing. So processing part which you do, which you code, the processing part is the algorithm which you can say like A plus B. Hey computer program, please add A plus B, so that A plus B will be saved to the variable sum. So that will be implementing an algorithm. Okay, and that developing a computer program, I'll show you on hands-on. Okay, so for example, like problem solving involves many basic topics like adding two numbers to many complex topics like find the shortest path and all. So yeah, today we'll discuss these basic problem solving, like for example, adding two numbers, calculating the average of numbers, and many more. There are many questions which you can solve using problem solving and computer programming. Okay. So practical approach of problem solving. Let's move on to the practical approach of problem solving with Java. Okay. So the questions we'll be solving are program to add two numbers, program to multiply two numbers, program to calculate the average of three numbers, and program to generate the table of any three numbers. Okay, don't worry, I'll show you the complete implementation and explain you as well. Okay, so this is the area where we'll code. Okay, so this area is known as, so the software which I am using is known as VS Code, and the area where I'll code is known as IDE, Integrated Development Environment. Okay, so this is the software. And you can say this is a structure of a Java program. Okay, so I'll not go deep into it because it's a vast topic, but I'll show you how you can code. Okay, how you can get the output. Okay, so yeah, first program will be how to add two numbers. Add two numbers. Okay, so can anyone tell me how we can add two numbers? Like if I give you, like if I okay, so my videos now. Yeah, my videos. So yeah, can anyone tell me how we can add two numbers? So that's an interactive session, please.
So first we have
By addition. By adding.
now first we have to write down adding and calculating.
One by one.
Then we have to put the sign.
Okay, so we will take one input in one variable. Okay, like suppose we have to add A plus B. Okay, so it doesn't make sense right now, but let us suppose that we have to take add A plus B. Okay, so what we will do is we will take one A, okay, and then we will put an operator, plus operator, like when we will put that this plus operator. So yeah, so this adds up the numbers now, and then B. Okay, so it will give A plus B. Okay, and that A plus B will be stored. Wait a minute, I'll show you some. Okay, so if I add, uh, so this is system.out.println. What does this line mean? So this line means that you, like the word itself suggests, println. Okay, so println, what does println means? Println means that it will give you the output. Okay, so this line is used to give the output of the program. Okay, so if I add two numbers, let us suppose I add 10 plus 30. So it's, yeah, 10 plus 30. So what will be the expected output? Can anyone tell me?
Children, you can write it down in the chat box also.
So yeah, the output will be 40 obviously. So yeah, I'll run this program. So this is the program, and you can say that this is an algorithm. Like this is the smallest algorithm. Okay, so like we can say that I have developed an algorithm to add two numbers. Okay, so currently it is taking 10 and 30, and it will output you 40. Okay, so if I run this program, computer don't know. Right now, computer don't know what will be the output. Okay, but yeah, here you can see the computer have given us the answer 40. Okay, similarly, if I want to, let us suppose if I want to multiply 10 and 30, so I will simply replace plus operator with multiplication. Okay, so everyone knows that when I will multiply 30 and 10, it will give us 300, right? So if I run this code again, computer don't know right now what we are doing. See, computer gave us 300. Fine. And if I want to divide, let us suppose I want to divide what you can say 455 divided by 10. So yeah, right now computer don't know. I have given him the command of 455 divided by 10, but it will give us the answer. There you can see. $45. Got it? Like when I divide 455 with 10, you can do it on paper as well. Like you can divide 455 divided by 10. You'll get the quotient as 445 and remainder. Okay. So this is like the basic. Okay. So you must be thinking that how I can give different types of input and get different types of answer. Okay. So for that, we use inputting methods. Like if I say that please add 10 and 30. So I have asked you to add 10 and 30, which are two numbers. Okay. So I'll take two numbers. So how to input? Okay. So I'm taking input of first number. Okay. So I will take input here. Like integer value, it will be like integer value. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, these are all integer values. Okay, so I have asked computer that I will be providing you with an integer value and you must return me the output. Okay, so I have given you this integer. Okay, and I will take like number 1. Oh yeah, before asking, I will ask the user that please enter input 1. Okay, so I will simply write system.out.println. So it will ask user to enter number. Okay, so I will ask user to enter first number. Okay, so it will ask you enter first number, and this is outputting portion. Okay, so I am outputting over here. Like I'll show you. output over here, and I from with the help of this line which I am writing right now, this will help me to take input. Okay. So yeah, you can see like integer number one. So hey computer, listen to me that I will be providing you a number one which will be of integer type. Okay. And this is the line which helps us to take the input. Okay. And again, I'll ask user to uh, enter second number. Okay. Enter second number. Again, this will be the output. Okay. It's like wherever I have written system.out.println, computer will tell the output. Okay, what I have written over here inside brackets. What I have written inside brackets, computer will display this thing. Okay, as it is. And again, I will take integer input number two. Okay, int integer. Hey computer, I will be providing you with number two, which will be of integer type. Okay, so number two, which will be of integer type, and this line will help me to take the input. Okay, now what to do? I will be adding these two numbers and saving it to third variable. Okay, so these are known as variable. Okay, so number one is a variable, number two is a variable. Okay, so I am basically taking input in number one, taking in input number two, and I will be adding these two numbers. Okay, so how can I add? Like number one plus number two. Okay, but computer simply doesn't know where to store this answer. Okay, so I have to store this answer. So I will store this answer same int answer will be number one plus number two. Okay, so now the addition of two numbers, that is number one and number two, is now saved in answer. Okay, answer is also an integer type. Okay, so it will also contain the integer value only. Okay, and now what I will do is simply print the answer system.out. Okay, so the sum of the numbers are, and I'll display the output. Okay, so I will display the output over here. So now what will be so you can now say that this is an algorithm which I have identified. First I have identified the problem that I have to add two numbers. Now I have identified, so now I will implement that algorithm for the identified problem. So like the problem was to add two numbers, I identified that I have to add two numbers. Okay, now I have, so now what I will do is now I will implement an algorithm. So this you can say is an algorithm to add two numbers. Okay, so I have add two numbers and stored the answer to variable answer, which is of integer type, and then I ask computer now. So starting from again, like it was a three steps procedure. I asked you, so you took the input. You process that thing. Second, and third will be you will tell me the answer. Okay, so this is the first step. Like I asked computer to add two numbers. So this will, you can say that I have asked computer to take these two numbers. Okay, so computer is you can say that computer will hear what I have asked with the help of these four lines. Okay, and then what I will do, so computer is now processing here. What computer is processing? Computer is simply processing that number one and number two. I will add number one and I will add number two, and then I will save that to answer. Okay, so computers brain. You can say that the brain of the program is over here, like it is adding. And then now computer is ready with his answer, like yeah, I have two numbers, 10 plus 30, and yeah, I know that the answer is 40, and I have saved that answer in my brain. Okay, so brain, I have saved that answer is 40. Now I have to tell the answer to the user. Okay, so this here will computer speak, where sum of two numbers are answer. Okay, so now let's run this code and you will get what I'm saying. Enter first number. So you can now input any number you want to. Like suppose I want to add 155. Now computer will ask me enter second number. So I can input any second number, like I want to add, you can say 60. So now computer will tell me the sum of two numbers are 215. Okay, so now you can do this thing for any numbers. Previously what we are doing, that we are adding two numbers, like 10 plus 30, like we are explicitly giving the input. Now we are implicitly giving the input. Okay, so now we are free, like now we can give any input of our choice. Okay, so I will run this code once again, and you get enter first number. So now I can put any number. So like previously I have put like 155. Now I will put some give input of some like long number, like 1457, like this is large input. And second number will be like a 3265, something I don't know. So you add these two numbers, you take a pen and paper, and you can add these two numbers and tell me whether this output which computer have given is correct or not. Okay, so please anyone can add these two numbers and check whether this answer is correct or not. Yeah, hello students. Yeah, so we would like so this is the correct output. Okay, so when you will add these two numbers, like enter first number, enter second number, you will get this answer. Definitely you will get this answer. Okay, now what I will do is, like with small change I can change the algorithm. Okay, so what I have done here is I have added two numbers, like number one plus number two. Fine. Now I want to multiply two numbers. So can anyone tell me where I have to do the change to get the multiplication of these two numbers? Like can anyone unmute yourself and tell me where I have to do the change to get the multiplication? Students, speak something, or you can put it in the chat box. Yeah, I see Earth curve over here. So can you tell me that how can I get the multiplication of these two numbers, where I have to do the changes? Can any Earth, can you tell me? Okay, so I am adding these two numbers over here. Okay, so I am doing plus. Now I have to multiply two numbers. What will I do? I simply change this plus sign to multiplication sign, and I will get the multiplication of two numbers. just by simply changing plus sign to multiplication sign, I can get the multiplication of the two numbers. So I will output here the multiplication of two numbers. So yeah, now it will give me the multiplication. I will run the code over here. Computer asks me enter first number, so I can put any number. Like you all know that 2 into 3 is 6. Okay, so 2 into 3, the multiplication of two numbers 6. Okay, so you all got my point now. So how with the help of only one backspace and adding one character, I can change the whole program. So if I want to subtract number 1 minus number 2, how can I do? Can anyone tell me? Now please tell me, anyone. Please unmute yourself and tell me that how can I get the answer for subtraction of two numbers? Yeah, Ayan Jaffrey raised his hand. Hello, Ayan. Yeah, you all have raised your hands. Okay, so now I have to subtract these two numbers. Okay, so I have to subtract number 1 minus number 2. So simply I change this multiplication sign to minus and I will get the subtract. Okay, so I will change here. Like I will do the answer is so I will subtract two numbers. Okay, so what will be the first number? If I subtract 100, if I subtract 50 from 100, what will be the output? Can anyone tell me? Like what will be the output for 100 minus 50 or 100 minus 40? Okay, so I put first number as 100, second number as 50, and I will get the answer as 50. When I will subtract 100, when I will subtract 50 from 100, I will get the answer as 50. Okay, so yeah, I run it on some random numbers. So what will be a random number? Like suppose this, I have to subtract from this number, like this. I have to subtract 3214 from 12356. Okay, what will be the output? The answer will be 120240. Like you can see, within seconds, computer gave us the answer. Okay, so with the help of computers, you can like solve complex to complex problem within seconds. Okay. Again, it applies for division. I will change this negative to divide and I will get the division. Fine. So yeah, the first number will be like 68 something, and I will divide 68 by what? 2. Yeah, 62. Yeah, I got the answer as 34. Okay, so when you will divide 68 by 2, you will get the answer as 34. So you can see like with minor changes, we are getting the different answer. Like I have put like plus, I got the addition, put subtract, I got the subtraction, and similarly for multiplication and division. So these are the basics. Okay, so in continuation to this, what if I so everyone knows the area of a rectangle. So what's the formula for area of a rectangle? It's length into breadth. Okay. So I'll calculate the area of a rectangle. What will be the area of a rectangle? Okay. So enter. Okay. So I'll be entering length over here and saving. Okay. I asked user to enter the length of the rectangle, and I have saved that thing in my length variable. Okay. And now I asked user to enter breadth. And I will save that thing in breadth. And answer will be like, what's the formula? It's like length into breadth. Okay. Then into breadth. Now I'll be, yeah. So here's the calculation portion over here. Okay. So I'll enter the length of the rectangle. I enter the breadth of the rectangle, and will save this answer in my variable answer. Okay. And we'll get the output over here. So if I run this, so computer will ask me, please enter the length. So length of the rectangle, let us suppose I put 12, the length, and breadth. What will be the breadth? So I asked computer that breadth is 7. Let us say. So the area of the rectangle will be 84. You can multiply it. 12 by 12 into 7, it will give you 84. Right. So this is the, if someone asks you to, yeah, please, can anyone tell me the area of the rectangle? So with the help of this, you can determine the area of the rectangle. Okay. Second thing what I'm going to discuss is, yeah, to add to division is, yeah, now adding, I'll be taking the average of the numbers. Okay. So average of 3 numbers. Okay. So I ask user to please enter number 1. I will ask user to please input and number 2. I will say here. So what's the formula for average? It's like addition of all the numbers upon divided by number of terms. Okay. So I'll be taking the input of 3 numbers over here. Okay. And I'll be saving this in the variable known as average. Okay. So what will be the average? So like it, so average, what's the formula for average? Like it's addition of number 1, number 2, number 3 divided by the number of counts. Okay. So number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3. Okay. And I will simply divide it by 3. And I get the average. And I'll display the average over here. Fine. So this is the algorithm. Okay, so you can say that I have developed an algorithm for the average of 3 numbers. Okay, so I'll input 3 numbers, like enter number 1. So I'll add 15. Like enter number 2, I'll add 30. Enter number 3, I'll add 45. And the average will be 30. You all can work out yourself, like add 15, add 30, add 45, and then divide it by the summation of these 3 numbers, like 15, 30, and 45, and divide it by 3, you'll get the answer as 30. Fine. So this will give you the average of 3 numbers. Okay. So you can say that you have developed an algorithm to find the average of 3 numbers. Is it simple? Yeah, I know it's a little bit difficult, but yeah. So this is the algorithm for average of the numbers. Now I will check. So everyone knows that what are even numbers and what are odd numbers. So what are even numbers? Even numbers are those numbers which are divisible by 2. Like for example, 2 is a even number, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So these are the even numbers you can see. Right. So these numbers are even. And computer don't know that these numbers are even. Obviously, computer don't know that these numbers are even. Okay. So how can you check whether the inputted number is even or odd? So this is the problem given to you. Now you have to determine whether the number is even or number is odd. It is simple. You will again take the input from, you will ask user to please enter the number. So you simply system.out.println and you will ask user please enter the number. Check and I will take the input. Yeah, like I will take the input as number. Okay. So I asked user to please enter the number. I asked. Now I will take the input from the user, and how will I check whether the number is even or odd? It is simple. If I will ask computer that if that number when divided by 2 will give me 0. Okay. So if so I ask computer if, so like it's self-explanatory, like if that number when I divide that number by 2 and the remainder comes as 0, okay, so that number will be even. Okay, then I will print, simply I'll print that uh, is even. Or if this thing happens, the number is even, else what, else the number is odd. Okay, else the number is odd. Fine. So yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. These are all even numbers. Those are when I will divide this 16 by 2. So 2 8s are 16 and the remainder will be 0. Okay. When I will divide 14 by 2, so 2 7s are 14 and remainder will be 0. So I am asking that computer that if that number when divided by 0 will give me the remainder as 0, the number will be even, else the number will be odd. Okay, it's simple. And now computer will ask me, please enter the number to check please enter the number to check for even or odd. I'll put any number like 12 is even. So the number is even. Computer gave me the output that the number is even. Now I'll input any odd number like 7 is odd. Okay, so I put 7. So 7 when divided by 2 does not give us the remainder as 0. It will give us the remainder as 1. Then the number is output. The number is odd. So if I asked if this thing happens, then do this. Else, if this thing else, what do you do? This thing. Okay. So like it's self-explanatory, like it's like English. Okay. And last, which is very last problem to generate the table of any number. Okay, so you all must be struggling with tables, like uh, uh, memorizing that table. So this you will take again. Please enter. You will ask user. Enter number. So I'll ask user to enter the number. Okay, and again I will take that input with the help of this number. Fine. And now what I will do is that I keep on repeating that same thing again and again and again till that condition reach. Okay. So this is little bit advanced, but I will show you. Like I will be storing the answer over here. Here I will get the answer. Okay, so like I'll generate the table of two. So yeah, 2 ones are 2. Like if you multiply 2 with 1, you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. So yeah, this is little bit advanced topic. So this is called loop. So you're looping this statement again and again. So this is like you can say little bit advanced topic. So with this, we come to the end of problem solving session, and yeah, it will take only 2 to 3 minutes for the web development. So now website development. So web development is the work to involve developing a website for internet, website for the internet. Web development can range from developing a simple website to complex website like Flipkart, Amazon. Like you have seen, like Flipkart, Amazon. These are all the web development. So these are all the websites. Okay, so that are hosted on Google. Like you can do and buy anything from there. So website development is basically made using with these 3 basic programming languages. Like it is not a programming language, but it's language. So like HTML, what's the full form of HTML? Is hypertext markup language. It is the basic requirement for web development. Okay. So the structure of the website will be made with the help of this HTML. CSS is like decorating your site, website, like giving colors, adding animation, and all done with the help of CSS. And JavaScript,
Excuse me, Akshat sir.
yeah, ma'am.
Sir, actually, we are short of time. I think with this you can take up in the next presentation.
Yeah, fine, ma'am. Okay.
So I think you can take up the open-ended questions.
Yeah, I can take out.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, I'm fine. Should I start asking? Ma'am?
Sir, yes, sir. You can start with your questions.
Yeah, so can anyone tell me what is programming? Like, can anyone define what is programming? Yeah, Mohammed Amir.
Mr. Akshat, please stop sharing the screen.
Yeah.
Yes, Bhaskar Tripathi. Would you like to give the answer? Yes, child.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, that time that my microphone was disabled. Ma'am, I want to give answer that ma'am, programming is to make some app or to just make to create anything on the computer by giving instructions and commands.
Yeah, it's correct, correct. Very good.
Can I?
Yes, one by one, one by
Yeah,
one, one
one
by
by
one,
one.
one by one. All right, Afia.
Ma'am, should I answer?
Yes, please continue.
Computer programming is the process of designing a building from a specific computer result to perform a specific task.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
correct, correct, very good.
Ma'am, can I also answer?
Yeah, anyone, one by one you can answer.
Can I answer?
Yes, Naba.
Children, you can use chat box. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to say that programming is a way to instruct the computer to perform various tasks.
Correct, correct.
Rest of you can use the chat
Ma'am,
box
can
for
I?
writing the answer. Everyone, please use the chat box. So you can ask your second question.
Yeah,
Okay, ma'am.
can you name any three programming language I've discussed? Any three programming language?
Please repeat. Can you
Can
Sir,
you
please,
name?
may I?
Yeah, yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
Java,
Adil.
JavaScript, Java, and Python.
Yes, good, good,
Sir,
good.
JavaScript and Python and HTML.
Sir,
JavaScript, Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby is also good.
Python and Java.
Sir, Java, Python, C++. Sir, C++.
Very good, very good.
PHP, the C++, and Ruby.
Java, Python, C++. Sir, I can.
Yeah, yeah. One by one you can tell me.
Java, JavaScript, Ruby.
Yeah, good, good.
Sir, may I? Java,
Yeah, yeah, Sadhya, yeah.
Sir, may I? Java, Python, and Ruby.
and
Yeah,
Ruby.
good, 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 good.
So,
Like,
Java.
Very good, very good, very good, children. Now the question number 3.
question
So-
number 3. What are the three basic language which I have discussed is used to make website?
Sir, can you please repeat?
What are the three basic language which I have discussed in my presentation to make website? Like with the help of which languages you can build website?
WebEx.
Got my question? Yeah, yes, yes.
Sir, your voice is low. I can't hear the question.
Can you tell me those programming language with the help of which programming language can you
So
make
can I?
website?
So, can I?
Yeah, 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 Sadhya.
So, can I?
Yes, yes, anyone can answer.
Can I?
Python, Java.
C++ and Java
Oh,
application.
web development
HTML.
is HTML, correct, HTML is correct.
HTML, JavaScript, and
JavaScript.
Yes, yes.
JavaScript. HTML. Sir, HTML.
Java.
Sir, Java. HTML.
Java, Python, and JavaScript.
Children,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
by
fine.
one. Tara Rahman, yes, you can answer.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Sir,
Yeah,
JavaScript.
correct. Uh,
Very good.
yeah, can anyone tell me with the help of which language you design and decorate the website? With the help of which language you can design and decorate your website? Yes, Adya. Yes,
Yes,
Adya.
Zohra. Yes, Zoha. Say yes, Zoha Raza. Sayyeda. Please unmute yourself, child. Zoha, please unmute yourself. Yes.
Now, now, yeah. Ma'am, CSS.
Yes, correct.
Ma'am, CSS.
Yes, that's the correct answer. Very good. Very good, children. Sir, can we move out to the room, breakout room, sir? Now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you can display the question of breakout room. Share the screen so
Yes, ma'am.
that they, yes, sir. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, this is the question for the breakout room. You can go and discuss how computer technology has helped us during this pandemic.
Okay, so students, we are going to divide you in groups. So you'll be going to the breakout room and now you're going to discuss this question that like how computer technology has helped us during this pandemic. Okay, so you all are going to discuss. You will be getting 5 minutes for this. So you will be joining the pop-up sign will be there on your screen. You will just join the breakout room. Thank you so much.
This is the main room, and I am requesting each and every child, every participant to please switch on your camera. Everybody, please switch on your camera. This is the main room. And let us discuss the question over here. How technology has helped us in this pandemic? Yes. Who will answer? Come on, come up with your views. Anyone speak up? Who would like to speak in the? Yes, Samagri. Come on.
Welcome back, children. Now, okay, let's discuss now what you have discussed in the breakout rooms, children. Okay, so from which room a participant will speak? Volunteer yourself, or I will call out the room numbers.
Ma'am, can I?
Ma'am, call out the room numbers.
Ma'am, may I
Numbers.
Ma'am, from room number 10. Number 10.
Ma'am, from 6.
Ma'am, from 6.
ma'am, can I speak from breakout room 5?
Ma'am, from 10.
One minute, please. Quiet,
Students,
everyone.
please mute
Yes.
yourself. One by one,
Everyone,
we'll
please
be
mute
calling
yourself.
out.
Yes, Daksh. Daksh. Yes. Who was in room number 5?
Ma'am,
up.
ma'am, may I speak? I was not not allowed to unmute. Now I'm able to.
Okay, Daksh. Yes, right.
So during lockdowns, we could get groceries when we would it would be over, and during lockdowns, all the things were closed. So we could get groceries from online shopping, decoratives for festivals or some birthday parties, small. And most important thing, we could do our office and class or school work from home. So these are the most important things that technology gave us.
Okay, so nice. Now from room number 1, Abhijit Parwani, will you please unmute yourself and tell us what we discussed there? Abhijit?
Yes, ma'am. Now I can unmute. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, we had discussed that, ma'am, how is this technology is helping us in Corona pandemic. So we had given like this, online booking of vaccinations and then creating presentations, skits, and online classes and etc.
Yes, very good.
Anybody else would like to share?
I think room 6, Stuti Srivastava is asking.
Okay, Stuti. Yes, Stuti, please unmute yourself.
I think she's not able to unmute or what?
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. So in this pandemic,
Would like to share?
Ma'am, can I?
can you hear me?
Yes, Stuti, we can hear you. You please proceed.
Yeah, I was telling that in this pandemic, computers were the main source of online classes. Of if you see the working of offices, like
Teachers, Shumana ma'am.
thing.
Shumana ma'am.
So the computer was the main source
Please keep the
of.
track of time also. Ashish is continuously bringing me up. It's 12:20.
Ma'am, it is
Okay,
Wind up
thank
in
you
5
so much.
minutes. Shumala ma'am, please wind up in 5 minutes.
Okay, children, I can see that all the children are very, very excited. But as we are falling short of time, so I would like to wind up. So on behalf of all the staff and children of City Montessori School
Ma'am,
South
can I
Campus,
answer?
I would like to thank Mr. Akshat Srivastava for giving his valuable time and enlightening us with his knowledge. Today's session on coding was full of knowledge and interesting things. It gave deep insight into the topic and revealed some interesting facts. So once again, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Okay,
To
now
all the
before
students for
leaving,
listening.
do
We
not
should
forget to
appreciate.
fill the exit ticket.
Thank you,
The
ma'am.
link is there in the chat
you,
box.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.
I have seen.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a nice day, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Have a nice ma'am. Thank you, ma'am and sir.
Unmute yourself.
Bye, ma'am.
Yes, Akshat sir, we would like to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. It was great taking session with these kids. And I hope that they'll take computer science as their majors when they pass out from the school and will,
Definitely, sir,
yeah,
definitely. And
yeah,
thank you so much for
yeah,
giving
thank you,
such a
ma'am.
wonderful workshop. And definitely the children have learned a lot. And exit ticket is there, children. Please fill that exit ticket. The link is there in the chat box. Nobody is going to end the meeting. Please fill this exit ticket.
Ma'am, may I take your leave? Ma'am? I
Yes,
have
sir. Thank you so
classes
much, sir.
scheduled. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Okay, children, after filling the exit ticket, you can leave. Okay, the meeting is over.